If you love me, you will keep my commandments. And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another helper, to be with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it neither sees him nor knows him. You know him, for he dwells with you and will be in you. These are three very short verses, but they are also so very important for us to understand. Hi, I'm Gary, and you're watching 7 Minutes in the Word. So far in our study of Jesus' last night with his disciples, he has talked to them about the love that they should have for each other. He also demonstrated the love that he had for them by washing their feet. Today, in John the 14th chapter, verse 15, Jesus talks about the love that his disciples should have for him. He said to them, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments." Now, in the Message, it reads like this: "If you love me, show it by doing what I've told you." And in the Amplified Bible, it says, "If you really love me, you will keep and obey my commandments." Now, Jesus demonstrated his love for his disciples by washing their feet, and then later by dying for them and for us. He is now saying that the proof of a disciple's love for him is obedience to what he has commanded. In 1 John 2, verses 3 through 6, John is even more emphatic when he writes, "And by this we know that we have come to know him, if we keep his commandments. Whoever says, 'I know him,' but does not keep his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. But whoever keeps his word, in him truly the love of God is perfected. By this we may know that we are in him. Whoever says he abides in him ought to walk in the same way in which he walked." And then in his final words to his disciples, he said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them into the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always, to the end of the age." Jesus wanted his disciples, both then and now, to know that believing, knowing, and loving him requires more than just mentally acknowledging him. Believing, knowing, and loving Jesus means being committed to obeying his commands. It means living a life that reflects his teachings and the way he lived. Jesus followed up this command to obey him with a promise to send the Spirit of truth to abide with his disciples forever. And he said in verse 16, "I will ask the Father, and he will give you another helper, to be with you forever, even the Spirit of truth." Young's literal translation says, "And I will ask the Father, and another comforter he will give you, that he may remain with you to the age, the Spirit of truth." Now, saying that the Spirit will be with you until the end of the age is very similar to what Jesus said in Matthew, the 28th chapter, verse 20. He said, "And behold, I am with you always, to the end of the age." Like Jesus, the Spirit will never leave us. He will never desert us nor forsake us. He will be with us until Jesus returns. Then, in verse 17, Jesus continues. He says, "Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it neither sees him nor knows him. You know him, for he dwells with you and will be in you." Previously, Jesus had told his disciples that he was going away and that they could not follow him now, though they would follow him later. Until that time, the Spirit of truth would live with them. And not only would the Spirit of truth live with them, but he would live in them. The world was about to take Jesus away from his disciples, but the world would not be able to take the Spirit of truth away. The world does not know and cannot see the Spirit, but he will live with and in those who love Jesus until he comes. This is the end of our study for today. Thank you for watching, and if you have enjoyed this study, then please press the like button and come again next week for the next 7 Minutes in the Word.